name is Adriana and I'm a multi-fandom girl, and I am back after 3 months without filming anything. I'm so sorry. Just school was overwhelming, but I'm back and I'm here to stay. A lot of things have happened since I left, and I think that the most exciting one for me was certainly Evermore getting released. Like, again, the Queen Taylor Swift did it, and she literally released an album having announced it like 12 hours before. She's a freaking queen. Okay, we established that already. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. Evermore came out a little over 2 weeks ago. And now today, because of that, I will be ranking all of the Evermore songs and then kind of placing Evermore in my album ranking that I already did on my previous video, ranking folklore songs. Go and watch if you haven't already. Okay, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. On the last place, which does not mean that I don't like it, I absolutely love it. It's just Coney Island. Coney Island's pretty good, and I actually have really good memories of listening to it for the first time because it was 7 a.m. I had woken up earlier just so I could listen to Evermore before going to school, and I was getting ready for class at 7 a.m. and I was listening to Coney Island in the meantime, and suddenly I hear a cat meowing. I was like, oh, how nice! Benji and Meredith made an appearance. And it was not Benji or Meredith, it was Alex, the cat that is not mine, but they just like come to my house all the time and I just feed them, so I guess, yes, Alex is my cat, y'all. Like, Coney Island is a good song. I guess it's just here because it's the one I haven't really made up my mind about yet. It's still good. It's Taylor Swift, and the National is a really good girl too. Like, I'm also going to be kind of throwing in my favorite lyrics from each song because someone, hey Ari, I love you, suggested it to me in my previous ranking, folklore. I'm just going to be from now on mentioning every song and kind of my favorite lyric if there is one. There's none in Coney Island, I don't think. But there is one in Cowboy Like Me, which is my next song. And that is, takes one to know one, and then takes one to love one. Not really like at home. You know, we've been going through the same thing throughout our lives, and we understand each other. It reminds me kind of, for the game. When Kevin sees Neil, it's like, yo, yeah, you've been a part of a gang before, haven't you? You've like gone through this thing before, haven't you? Like, oh, me too, takes one to know one, am I right? I normally like songs better when I relate to them on a whole other level and more than just a few lyrics, like it happens with this song. But again, it's like, I like that it's so slow and that relaxing, and just, yes, it's nice, you know? That's essentially it with Cowboy Like Me. Up next, I have a song that I actually really like, and like the message it sends is really beautiful, and that's Happiness. Because my favorite lyric, I guess, is like, there is happiness after you, but there was happiness because of you. All of those things can be true. Because, like, sure, you gave me, like, hell. I suffered a lot. But, like, at the same time, I was happy at some point. I am now a stronger and better person because of what happened. And that's kind of, like, a really beautiful message, you know, that you kind of see, and like already kind of reminds me of Clean from 1989. It was like, I think I'm finally clean, like I'm over you, I'm over it, and now like I'm happy again. And I really liked it, and I really like just Taylor's a Queen in general. Shit, what happened? Oh, I actually have a lot to talk about with this song. That's Marjorie. The fact that it's track 13 and Epiphany is track 13 too in folklore, and Epiphany was about Taylor's grandfather and Marjorie is about Taylor's grandmother. Like, it's just like Taylor's the queen of Easter eggs, and like I will never get tired of them. My favorite lyrics in this song is like, never be so clever you forget to be kind. And never be so kind you forget to be clever. And then never be too polite you forget your power. And never wield so much power you forget to be polite. It's just like, man, Taylor speaking truths once again, like she always does. Queen, like, she's just a queen. There we go again. And the fact that Taylor wrote this about her grandmother It's just really beautiful. You know, this one really means a lot to her. Okay, up next we got two songs, and that's Dorothea and Tis the Damn Season. And I'm putting them together because, I mean, you might already know that they're kind of sort of related. You have Dorothea, that's set like in present time, then Tis the Damn Season, that's when they grow up and go back to their hometown where everything that's told in Dorothea happens, you know? Like, especially, I guess that what I like the most about Dorothea is maybe the lyrics, like skipping prom just to piss off your mom, and that part, but just the story that it tells about, you know, just being a freaking teenager, totally normal, but like, I'm not gonna have a prom, I live in Spain, that's not gonna happen, which is so sad and breaks my heart, and that's just something I really like to have, but it's not gonna happen. I'm just wanting that sort of life that Dorothea has, and at least you get a prom and you choose to skip it. But whatever, if pissing off your mom makes you happy, then go ahead, you know, it doesn't hurt anyone. Your mom's not gonna be hurt, right? So yeah, I guess that's what I like the most about Dorothea, and also the rhythm that it has. It's like really kind of upbeat-ish. Tis the Damn Season, again, like the part that says, you can call me babe for the weekend. It's kind of this sport of the moment thing that, like, they'll probably regret at some point later on, but you know, whatever, let's just like have fun right now. I don't care about the future, which I can relate. I am always thinking about the future, and everything that I do now is for whatever might come later. So yeah, but I guess I don't really have much to say about these songs. They're upbeat, they're related. Taylor's the queen. Okay, up next we have a song that I absolutely love with my whole heart. I think that from now on, just like every song is gonna be in my heart forever and always, pun intended, of course. This song is Champagne Problems. I think that this song is very special for me because when I first listened to it, I was like obsessed, to the point where in a week, which is not very normal for me, I learned how to play the whole entire song on the piano. Like, I could sit and not to give up halfway through. And I guess my favorite lyric from this song is, it says, this dorm was once a madhouse, I made a joke, well it's made for me. Because like, Taylor, also just like the meaning of this song is saying someone with a mental illness, and no one takes her seriously. And this specific part that I said before, you saying sarcasm as a coping mechanism, something very real for these people, and I guess like just spreading awareness like this is very important. I'm just like, you know, this room was once at my house because I slept here and then my house. Made a joke with its favorite. It was like, don't say that. I'm used to saying sarcasm. I'm just laughing it off as if it's nothing. But it actually hurts a lot. But if I act as if it's nothing, maybe it will turn out to be just that, nothing, right? And just Taylor's queenish eliteness, lyric skills, like how the heck does she do it? Like seriously, it's just amazing. She's such a queen. I'm saying it again, but I think that's just like my life motto at the moment. The night is young for crying, and Taylor's a queen. And they're related because I cry because of Evermore. After Champagne Problems, you have Tolerated, the whole pre-chorus and chorus, you know. You're so much older and wiser and dad. Wait by the door like I'm just a kid. Use my best colors for your portrait. Lay to the table with the fiancé and what she tolerated. It's like also the part that says, I know our love should be celebrated, but you tolerated. Like, I like the songs more when I can relate to them in like some weird way. If I can think of them in a certain way, it does not exactly mean that I feel what the writer, in this case Taylor, is feeling when she wrote it, but that if I kind of make mine the narrative, then I can relate to it. And this is kind of what happens with me with Tolerated. You see this like me chasing after someone, and this someone like brushing me off, like clearly not as eager to be with me, sort of like just tolerated, you're okay with it, but I'm more than just like okay with it, and I want you to be more than okay with me. Like, you should be celebrating it. Okay, up next we got Evermore, and this is definitely the next song I want to learn how to play on the piano. Bon Iver again, like seriously, how, like, yes, Taylor and Bon Iver, or like Justin, his actual name, I just make such a good team, and I want more collabs. I guess my favorite part of this song is when it says, and I have been like this pain wouldn't be forevermore. It's like, again, sort of like clean that you're getting over a breakup or a bad experience or a bad place in your life. And like, it's like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's just so pretty. It's just such a beautiful message that everyone can get through it, can get over whatever it is that they're going through. Place number 6, we got Willow. I guess just the metaphor, because Taylor's the queen, and where does she get these ideas from? Life was a willow and it bent down to your wind. Okay, so after Willow, we have Ivy. Okay, so that's the one about cottagecore lesbian, because yes, like also Victorian era and unrequited love, like just give it to me. I just want it all, you know? And Taylor's writing skills, just like, yes, just give me more. Can I have more? Please, thank you. Also, the part that I love the most, and I guess I relate to kind of, or I feel like I would relate to the most, is and taking your hand that's being promised to another. As in, okay, so the person in Ivy is the equivalent to Augustine, or the August girl in folklore. And I guess I just feel for both of them, because I feel like I'd fall for someone who does not reciprocate, or like unrequited love is kind of my jam. And there's this book actually that's called The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. It's just amazing, and I really love it with my whole heart, and it kind of made me believe in true love, or like love again. Like someday there will be someone who will reciprocate and who will like me back, hopefully, right? Up next, I think my top 4 are just like elite, and like I'm gonna worship them for my whole life. And on place number 4, we got Nobody No Crime. And this is really going to be like a before and after in Taylor's career, which, by the way, I hope doesn't end with Wood Whale, because I've been hearing scary rumors, and just like, it's freaking Martyr. Why do I like the song so much? I guess it's really upbeat, really rhythmic, and my favorite part is when it says, and I've cleaned enough houses to know how to cover up a scene. And like, Taylor, queen, honey. Like, it just makes me wonder about the lives of each of the characters. Like, okay, what made you have to clean enough houses? Maybe were your parents little slave, or did you clean houses for a living? Or it really makes me wonder, because I know in Taylor's head, everyone has this sort of beautiful backstory. Moving on to the top 3. Okay, on top 3 we got Closure, and it's kind of a funny story actually when I listened to Closure for the first time, because I thought my phone was broken because of the noises that it made in the intro, like kind of cutting off ecstatic-ish thing. And I do like them, and I've grown used to them now, but like it's never been done before, because Taylor's like the precursor of eliteness and just queen being a queen, you know, and that's just her. It's just like, first of all, the rhythm it has, it's like one of the most upbeat songs. It says, yes, I got your letter, yes, I'm doing better, and then I don't need your closure afterwards. And that's like, that was me last summer. But okay, these 2 other songs are kind of the same, but I just put Long Story Short on place number 2, and so you already know Gold Rush place number 1. If you know me, you know that this song is freaking amazing, and I love it with my whole heart, right? Okay, cool. So Long Story Short, first of all, okay, just like the whole chorus is amazing. It says, long story short, it was the wrong guy, now I'm all about you. Like, yeah, I've gotten over that mistake already. Now I know that you're not a mistake. How upbeat it is in the chorus. Just like Taylor's metaphors, just like it was the wrong guy, it was a bad time. I survived though, so I'm here. And I guess, yeah, like the moral of the story, or the ending of the story, like, okay, sure, suffered over it. Now I'm happy now, and I want to be with you. Long story short, I like this song. Ha ha ha. Number 1, already said it, Gold Rush. And this is, I guess, the song that I relate to the most in this album, so I relate to it a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen the caption to my latest post. If you haven't, well, then what are you waiting for? Follow me on Instagram. But yeah, essentially, it's my favorite lyric from all of Evermore, and that's, I don't like that falling feels like flying till the bone crush. Cause I feel like it's like you're so flying high, not on drugs, but just like love or whatever. You know, after falling, well, you hit the ground, right? And I'm pretty sure I got this from some book, but I don't remember what book that was. Wonderful simile, Taylor. Where do you get those ideas from? I want your mind. I want your whatever, like your secret. Tell me. Also, like, what must it feel like to grow up that beautiful with your hair falling into place like dominoes? Like, yo, and then I'm here with like my Eagles t-shirt hanging on the door. Like, I'm an absolute mess. Who am I to be into you? And of course, why would you be into me? But here we are, you know? I'm just gonna be posting here the ranking that I did last video on Folklore, and I think Evermore is gonna go after Red. I hope you'll like this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Tell me in your comments like everything that, like, your opinions on whatever it is that I said, your own ranking. I'm very interested in seeing your opinions and how they differ from mine. Suggestion for future videos, anything. Make sure to subscribe and hit the post notification bell down below. Watch all of my other previous videos, including, of course, the Folklore ranking when it came out. I hope you all are having an amazing day. You're super valid. I freaking love you, support you, respect you, I accept you, and yeah, just like follow me on my social media, Twitter and Instagram. That's basically all I have. And see you next time. Bye.